We?
I never needed you to avenge my death.
I'm trying to do better.
I don't want you to die for me, Bakari. I want you to live the life that I couldn't.
What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Mark Dark, and I'm back with another video. If you're new, if you love the Shy, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like the video, and leave your theories, comments, everything down below. Now today, we're going to be talking about the Shy Season 6, Episode 8, the mid-season finale. This is the recap. Now I'm going to try my best to focus on all the key points in this episode. If I miss anything, you guys let me know down below. And man, what a great mid-season finale. I already know everybody wants to see the next half of the show. As I told you guys last night in my quick thoughts, early impressions, we still got 8 more episodes left. It was still some people out there not knowing that this season has 16 episodes. So we still got 8 more left. I told you it is a strike still going on. Once information about the next 8, comes out, I will make a video letting you guys know the new details. But man, I cannot wait to see this second half. And I don't know what the hell Emmett was thinking, him and Rob. I mean, you plot and plan against Duda. Emmett calls Duda to set up a meeting, so he already knows you coming. Then y'all start shooting, and you mean to tell me can't none of y'all hit nothing? I mean, come on. I guess Victor was right. You guys ain't about that life. Y'all just not built like that. Y'all need somebody with experience, and it seems like Victor had to go into his Treg type mode at the end of the episode. If we had that type of Victor at the beginning of this episode, Duda may not be here. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna see what he's all about in this second half. I just don't believe that he's really about to do anything. But then again, it really did seem like he is ready to end all of this. He is tired of these bodies popping up. I mean, Rob get hit. Pastor Stanley Jackson, he ain't here no more. And Victor, he is just tired of everything. And what do y'all think about Alicia? They're building her up more and more. She's about to be real dangerous. She's basically recruited Zay. Duda doesn't even know this. So in the second half, we're going to see this game plan executed with Alicia, with Zay. Of course, Bianca, she will be a part of it. And don't be surprised if you see your boy Victor, aka Treg, finally step up to the plate and get the job done. And as I told you guys last night, if this was a final episode for Kevin, they did a great job, y'all, because it really felt like this could be a series finale for him and his character, his storyline. It's crazy just to see how much he has grown over all these years. And it was kind of sad to see his journey most likely come to an end. I hope they continue to show us what Kevin is all about. But based off what we saw in this episode, it really felt like this was the last time that we was going to see Kevin. But I hope I'm wrong, y'all. I hope we get to see something about his character. I do hope he returns to the show and we just get to see what he's up to in California. But what do y'all think about Brittany and Gemma? It seems like Gemma is involving herself in some mess, and I believe she will regret it. She didn't like what Jake told her, but we all know Jake was telling her the truth. And how do y'all feel about Rashad? He slipped up. He took a major L in this episode, and all he can do is blame himself. I can't wait to see what's next for his character as well. But let's hop right into this recap. What did we see in episode 8, the mid-season finale, titled Who Shot Ya? Now the episode starts out with Kevin. He's on the bus. He's reminiscing about his past, about his journey in the Shy. And it was just crazy, as I told you guys earlier, just to see how far he has come with his boys, Jake and Kevin, and of course, even his sister Keisha. And just to see, his journey possibly come to an end. And I hope I'm wrong, y'all. I hope we get to see something about Kevin in California. I hope this is not it. But it really felt like this was it for your boy Kevin. Then we get to Emmett and Keisha. Of course, they start out arguing. We know Keisha, she needs to go look for a new job. Emmett tells her, look, he will take off the whole week for her to be able to do this. And then, they make up for a little bit. Your boy Emmett ended up clapping her cheeks. Your girl Keisha, boy, she was on one. You know what I'm saying? Emmett was feeling like, man, this is so good. Maybe our problems are over. Maybe this is it. Maybe we can finally get over all of our mess. But Keisha lets him know that's not it. You know what I'm saying? She's just giving him some because of what he's done. He's willing to sacrifice his schedule for her to be able to go out and do what she needs to do. But we know it's still issues. We still got Duda. He's a problem. Emmett is talking about he's going to fix things. He wants things to go back to how they used to be. And he's basically promising Keisha that he's going to try his best to make things happen. But we know Keisha, she does not believe Emmett at all. And she's basically planning to go meet up with Nook and try to see what she can do to make this right. Now, we get to Duda, we get to Nook, and of course, we got Zay. He's in the picture, and Zay is happy as hell because he has helped find Duda a place to clean his money. And of course, Nook, he got that look on his face like, you know, he's upset. Duda's telling him, we got a lot of people watching because you had to take out Pastor Stanley Jackson, and if you had better negotiation skills, none of this would have happened. So he's pissed off. Now Zay is over there laughing like everything is good. Duda tells him that he needs to hold his horses. You still got a lot of learning to do. So Duda is still upset about all of this, but we know Nook is even more saltier because Zay just did something that Nook struggled to do. And we know Zay's going to put it all in his face. Then we get to Rob and Tiff, and he finally tells her all the details about Duda and that he has to take him out. This was a part of the whole game plan with his moms, and this is what she wanted him to do, especially since he got this money from her. And now Tiffany is upset. She's like, man, I didn't know, all the details about this, and I don't want you catching a body. We got to talk to her. You got to talk to her. We need to change this. And he's telling her that his mom is more ruthless than Duda, and she makes him look like a saint. But Tiffany is like, man, nah, we got to change this. So we already know it's going to be a conversation with Alicia and Tiffany at the end of the episode, but it's going to be a little bit too late. Now, we get to Kenya and Papa. Now, Papa does apologize for what he said to Kenya, but he is still going off what his pops told him before he died, and that he doesn't really feel like Papa should be with her. And he tells Kenya, like, look, we should just be friends. And I had a feeling that was going to be the case, but it seemed like Kenya still wanted things to work out. And now her heart is broken, and man, I know she is going through it. But what do y'all think about Papa and Kenya? Now, Kevin is telling Maisha that he believes a long distance relationship is going to work. I told you guys, I don't think that's going to be the case. I don't see it working out. And Kevin's going to figure that out once he gets out to California, just how difficult that is. I mean, he's young. There's a lot going on. And I don't see it playing out the way he thinks it's going to play out. But he wants it to work. I'm just hoping we can get the Kevin storyline in California in the second half of this show. Then we get to Emmett and his dad, Darnell. They're going back and forth. Emmett, of course, tells his moms and his dad that he has to pay Duda a certain amount of money. And now we know Darnell wants to help him out. And they start arguing. Emmett tells Darnell that he doesn't really need him to protect him or whatever. And Darnell's telling him, well, yes, you do. You're not about that life. And he's dealt with more stuff than Emmett has dealt with right now. And he believes that his way is going to probably be the best way to help him out. So we're going to see Darnell and Duda have a conversation later on in the episode. But Emmett was definitely in his feelings. And the way that this episode ended with Emmett slipping up with him and Rob, it seems like Darnell was right all along. Now, we get to Rashad, we see Tierra, we see Marcus. This man's over there reminiscing about the past times. And now he has decided to try to send her a text, letting her know that he is over her. He is talking about that one amazing night. I mean, this man wish, and he's probably praying that he can clap those cheeks one last time, but he's trying to just get over her. But apparently, he did not send this text to the right person. And he made one of the stupidest mistakes by sending this text to Deja, and we know she ain't going for that. Now we get to Tiffany and Emmett, and Tiffany is very concerned about Rob because she knows he has to go out there and take out Duda, and she wants Emmett to talk some sense into him because she does not want him going out there getting himself hurt. Well, going to Emmett was probably not a good idea, Tiffany, because Emmett ain't about to do nothing but slip up. He's about to go out there and screw up the entire game plan trying to take down Duda by letting Duda know he's coming. Like, really? And on top of that, they didn't even land any shots on Duda or Nook. Just flat out crazy. But Emmett did have me cracking up in this scene talking about, you drove over here in the car I bought. I mean, he gonna throw that in her face every chance he get about that Nissan. Now we get to Papa, Jake, and Kevin, and they're pretty much talking about Kevin leaving. We know Papa, he is still on one, talking about he's gonna follow his father's footsteps. They ask him about Kenya. He tells them, look, it's over. I mean, he's pretty much doing the things that his father wanted him to do. Jake keeps it real, tells him like, look, he knows his father is, gone, but he needs to live his life for him and not his father. Papa is just going through a lot of emotions, and I believe eventually he's going to see it, the right way and do things the way that he wants to do them and not the way that his father wanted him to do them. I mean, Jake is right in my opinion, but Papa's just going through a whole lot. Now we get another flashback on when all the boys was younger, and Kevin does tell Jake he can have the apartment because we know Jake, he wants to move out on his own, and Kevin would rather have somebody take over the lease that he knows. And then we see the boys one last time ride the bikes through the neighborhood, reminiscent of the earlier seasons. Now Darnell goes to Duda. He gives him half of the money and tells him he will get him, the other half later on. Now Duda's like, look, he ain't taking his money at all. And he wants Darnell to basically just go out there and, say good things about Duda. And this is very hard for Darnell to do. But look, I guess you got to do it. You told Emmett you was going to fix this, and Duda's telling you this is what you need to do in order for things to change. But I'm going to tell you right now, based off how this episode ended, this whole little deal with Darnell and Duda is probably not going to play out the way that Darnell thinks it's going to play out. And don't be surprised if someone else gets hurt. Now we get to Keisha and Nook, and I said I'm going to give Keisha the benefit of the doubt. I didn't think she was going to, flip on Emmett and mess around with Nook. And we know she was using Nook in order to get close to Duda, in order to protect her family. This is the only reason she's even kicking it with him in the first place. She does apologize to him, letting him know that, she didn't really want him to feel like something can happen between the two. And she wishes him nothing but the best. Nook is like, man, he just wants somebody in his life that's not trying to kill him. Well, it ain't gonna be Keisha. And we ain't forgot about what you did to Pastor Stanley Jackson. So Keisha, you need to get up out that car and don't even talk to this dude no more. Now, we get to Gemma. She learns that Jake is going to be getting his own apartment. And she's talking about ours. Like, really? Like, this is his apartment, not yours. Don't get mad because he wants to have his own spot. He's young. Why would he want to live with you anyway? And she's telling him she ain't gonna give him those cheeks no more. Trying to take stuff away from him. Like, really? Like, come on. You that petty? And I knew after this happened, she will be more kind of lenient on Brittany kind of approaching her, which she was. And she kind of played it off. But man, your girl Gemma was definitely slipping up in this episode, and I'm glad that Jake kept it real with her. One of you guys did mention if this was Jake a few years back, he probably would have cussed Gemma out, and this relationship probably would have been over a long time ago. But Jake, he is, he's growing. He is more calmer, and he's not trying to go back to the old Jake. Now, Emmett decides to come up with this brilliant game plan, where at first he wants to talk to Victor and see if Victor will help out with the job, which if he would have got Victor, things probably would have got taken care of. But Victor's like, screw all that. He ain't doing this. He tells Rob, just because you tall, it don't make you a gangster at all. Like, none of y'all are about this life for real. He knows, how they were raised, and he knows that this is not going to work out. And he understands that he has a lot to lose right now, so he's not willing to do it. So this is why I kind of believe that Victor wasn't going to do nothing anyway. I mean, if he was going to pop off, he would have did it after Pastor Stanley Jackson got taken out. But Victor ain't trying to get into no type of trouble. Now, your boy Emmett makes a very, very stupid decision. You're going to set up a meetup with Duda, so now he knows you're coming. I mean, you keep taking L after L after L. Tiffany did have me cracking up talking about, I heard about you getting punked. Well, that's right. You been getting punked. So this game plan with Rob, who we ain't even seen do no type of work in the streets, I knew this was not going to go as planned, y'all. I mean, come on. You let him know what time it is, so now Duda understands that if he's shot at, he's probably going to be like, who was supposed to be here that's not here? This is why, in my opinion, he approached Zay the way he approached him at the end of the episode. And then he's probably going to be like, okay, so Emmett tried to set me up. It's going to be hell to pay in the second half of the season. Then we get to Gemma and Brittany. And Gemma's all in the studio dancing. She know what she was doing. She was trying to get Brittany to get up all on her or whatever, trying to get some attention or whatever. And we know Gemma, she is having some difficult times with Jake, talking about, she wanted to move in with him, but she understands that he is right. Brittany takes advantage of this opportunity, telling, Gemma, she will help her out. She believes in her. She sends her 10 bands just like that. Now Gemma's like, man, so why are you doing this? Is this supposed to be like, I owe you something or whatever? And she's telling her, well, she believes in her. She believes that she's going to help her out with her career or whatever. But we all know what time it is. As Jake stated later on in the episode, she basically just pimping you out. But Gemma is still going to take this money like everything is cool. Like, okay, she's definitely going to take advantage of Gemma. She's already got her in the bag, and we don't even know how she's getting this money. But I'm pretty sure it is illegal. But she ended up getting her a little kiss out of all of this. And Gemma, this whole storyline, it ain't looking too good, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think is going to happen with Gemma and Brittany in this second half. And then we get to Keisha and Kevin. We get a reminiscent scene between the two with them running. We know Keisha is wishing him luck and telling him if he has any problems to make sure he calls her first instead of mom. So we see like those old scenes between the two, and we see their journey and just how far they have come. Man, I really hope your boy Kevin is coming back for the second half of this season. And then Gemma, she tells her dad that she's going to be moving out. She does not need his money. She got her own money or whatever. She tells him about the $10K that she gets from her new client, which is Brittany. And he does the smart thing. He's worrying about how she's getting this money. Is it illegal? Like, what's going on? Now, we got Tiara backing Gemma up, telling him, like, look, she's grown. This money is legit or whatever. And just let her be and go out on her own. And now Marcus is like, oh, okay, we gonna see or whatever. So he's basically letting his daughter do what she wants to do. And that's because of Tiara. Now, he does tell her to be careful because we already know it's just a matter of time before Gemma gets caught up in some mess with Brittany. Now, we get to Alicia and we get to Zay. She has, basically set up a meeting with him because she wants him to come and work for her. And he's telling her he already has a boss, but we know he is thinking about, switching sides. And she's telling him that Duda may not be alive that much longer, and he wants to know more details. So I believe in the second half, you're going to see Zay make his move against Duda. As I pretty much predicted, I knew someone on the inside was going to screw him over. I just can't wait to see how it's all going to play out. And then we get to Emmett and Rob, Duda and Nook. The whole game plan. This is what everybody's been waiting for. Will Duda end up getting hit? Well, it didn't play out like that. As we pretty much predicted, we knew something bad was going to happen. This game plan most likely was not going to play out the way Emmett thought it was going to play out. And Rob, he is shooting. This dude is flat out trash. As Victor stated, just because you tall, it don't make you a gangster. Hell, you ain't even got to be a gangster. You can't shoot for nothing. Like, come on. You straight trash. This man ends up shooting, the gun jams, and then he gets shot. And now he's looking stupid. He's bleeding out. And now they got to hurry up and get to the hospital. I mean, come on. Duda ends up winning. I mean, that's just plain and simple. He didn't die. He didn't even get hit. He takes the victory. You got to give it to him. So now we're going to see in the next, set of episodes what Duda is going to do to get back at the people that tried to get to him. And then we get to the going away party for Kevin. He's giving a speech to all his loved ones, his friends. It's very sad and emotional, but Kevin is just telling everybody that he's very thankful for Chicago and he will not forget where he's come from. And we see a very emotional scene with him, his mom, he's crying. I mean, your boy Kevin has come a long way and he really does feel like this could be the end for him. Now, we get to Rashad and Tiara. He decides to approach her talking about, you could not even respond to, the text that I sent you. He ends up realizing that he sent the text to Deja and now he has to get the hell up out of there in order to try to fix this. But it's going to be a little bit too late for that. And then we get to Gemma and Jake. She tells Jake that she's going to be getting her own apartment. He is happy for her, but he wants to know, how did she get this money? She tells him, well, she ended up getting it from Brittany, which he already knew. She was trying to, beat around the bush. But man, Jake's like, look, she's pretty much your pimp. She did not like that at all, but Jake's like, it is what it is. I'm going to tell you the truth. Y'all know this ain't going to end well for your girl, Gemma. She's going to realize that she made a big mistake, and I'm glad that Jake kept it real with her. Now, Keisha, she's trying to figure out where is Emmett. She has not heard from him. He's not there. Victor, he is looking like, oh, I know what happened, but I can't tell y'all what happened. And we know we end up getting to the hospital scene with Tiffany and Alicia and Rob. He's there on the bed unconscious. He's still recovering. And we know Alicia, she's like, look, this is your fault. He didn't want to go into a business. This is all because of you. Tiffany tells him, well, he told me all the details about your game plan on how you wanted Duda up out of here. We know Alicia, she plays it off like she knows nothing about this. And she tells the doctors that Tiffany ain't blood family at all. I know she was talking about how she's his spouse, but y'all not married, so Tiffany gotta go. She was salty. But Alicia does tell Rob, even though he's unconscious, that he needs to wake up because she's pissed off at him for allowing, this business to get out to Tiffany. You do not discuss family business with nobody, because if the feds come talking or asking these questions, Tiffany most likely is going to open up her mouth. So I want to know what she's going to be on in the second half, and if this whole game plan to get Zay into the picture is going to actually work. And speaking of Zay, we see him show up to the party a little bit too late. Duda is pissed off. He's like, where were you at? Of course, Zay has to play it off or whatever, but you can tell the look on his face. He was very upset that Duda grabbed him up in front of Nook, and y'all know Nook just had to rub it in because he felt like Zay slipped up. And then we get to Emmett and Victor. Victor is telling him, like, look, I told y'all not to do this. Like, what was y'all thinking? Emmett is talking about we almost had him and all this and that. Like, no, y'all didn't. Rob can't shoot for nothing. I mean, this game plan was completely stupid. So now Victor feels like he needs to get the job done. He's regretting letting this happen. And he feels like, man, I need to go ahead and take Duda out my damn self, because these guys, they flat out trash. And then we get to Rashad. He goes back home. Deja ends up liking the text that he sent to her on accident. He sees all his stuff on the couch, and now he knows that she's kicking him out. Now this man ain't even got a pot to piss in. He's back to square one, and I'm expecting him to do something stupid. I hope Rashad can fix this by the end of the season, but from the looks of it, he has a long way to go. Now, we get to Bakari. We know he was drinking. He was on one in this episode. He's just dealing with losing Pastor Stanley Jackson very hard. And then we see the ghost of Cookie. He has returned to the show. We haven't seen him in a very long time. I know we used to see like the ghost of Cookie in Ronnie's head back in the earlier seasons of this show. And now we're seeing this ghost in Bakari's head. And he's pretty much telling Bakari he doesn't want Bakari to die for him. He wants Bakari to basically live the life that he could not live. He wants Bakari to do the right thing. Even though Bakari is going through so much, he needs to, get over this. And after Bakari just witnessed this, I believe this is what he needed in order to start recovering the right way. And then we get to Fatima and Victor. She can tell that Victor is upset, like he's about to do something. She tells him, like, look, you need to think about this because you have a lot to live for. You don't want to mess your life up. Victor's like, you right. Plays it off like he's not about to do anything, but I can tell. He just had that look on his face like he's about to go to his bag, y'all. Like he's about to go back to Treg. And we see him. He goes to the back in the bedroom. He gets his strap. He's in all black, so you already know he's about to put in some work. Well, at least it looks like he's about to put in that work. Well, we gonna see, because he's tired of what's going down with Duda, and he feels like he needs to stop all of this. But we know things may not go the way that Victor wants things to go. Now we get to the end of the episode. We see your boy Kevin. He is finally leaving this apartment, and it really seems like he is leaving the show, like his journey is over, like this is the end for him on the show. And with all those flashbacks that we saw, it doesn't seem like Kevin will be back. Now, I hope I am wrong, but the way that the episode played out with those flashbacks and everything, it really did seem like this could be it for him. I want to see what's going to happen next in California. Hopefully, they do touch up on that. That way we can see what your boy Kevin is up to. But man, this was a great mid-season finale. I cannot wait to see what's next. Now, we will continue to talk about The Chi Season 6 very soon. We got to talk about those predictions for the second half of this show. And of course, as I told you guys before, once we get information about the second half of the show, this whole strike, I will let you guys know exactly what time it is. But I want to thank you guys for supporting your boy for this first half of the show. Your girl Lena Waithe, she was not lying. She wasn't lying. She said this season gonna be crazy. A lot of the cast, they said this is gonna be probably one of the best seasons. I believe it is one of the best seasons since season 2. I'm very impressed. I believe a lot of the fans that stuck around, they're very impressed as well. And we cannot wait to see what's gonna happen next. Now I want to thank you guys once again for all the love, all the support, and I will catch y'all on the next one. But let me get up on out of here, man. It's your boy Mark Dark. I'm out. Peace.